Okay. I need your name, your position, your age, and your grade.
I'm Addie Haynes. I play midfield, and I'm a senior.
Okay. Let's just give me a second. How has lacrosse impacted your life, and what accomplishments have come from it?
It's impacted my life a lot. It's given me a path for my future for playing in college, and it's helped me get to a certain college that I can do with my career and show me other options I can do. And I've gotten so many more opportunities, like traveling a bunch of places that I would never travel for club, and I've got to know a lot of different experiences and got to know a lot of different people through club that I wouldn't have met just playing lacrosse here.
Growing up, what women in lacrosse or sports in general did you look up to or aspire to be like?
One person I really do aspire to for lacrosse is Taylor Cummings. I read something about her in an article where she talked about how she played like through having an eating disorder and about a lot of challenges like that, and I just thought that was really inspiring.
Do you relate to that?
Fuck you, no.
I'm gonna cut all of that out, but
Why don't you like her?
because she's faking it.
Okay.
Morgan Parker. Morgan's message, y'all. Okay, so we're wasting gigabytes. Okay. What is your favorite memory since playing lacrosse?
Probably traveling to tournaments with my friends. My closest friends now I've met through club, and just I got to go on like a 10-day trip with her all through like to a beach and traveling together, just super close.
You're talking about Kate.
I love you too, Kate.
I just had to show Kate. Okay. What do you think is the biggest barrier in driving the visibility of women's sports?
In lacrosse specifically?
No, just sports.
Shit.
Men.
Kate's answer on the dot was men, then went off.
Probably just the differences in between women and men and just being judged for those differences when there are like genetically different parts between a man and a woman, and everybody just like thinks that, compares the two and they aren't exactly comparable.
How do you think male athletes can help to drive more visibility towards women's sports?
Just probably pushing more and getting more knowledge out about women's sports. And I know a lot of stuff right now with like basketball and stuff. Not a lot of ton of people watch the WNBA, but then with Caitlin Clark, she's been getting recognized by larger male NBA players, which has been bringing more attention to the WNBA.
Fun fact: the women's NCAA Division I college basketball has more views than the men's. Way more.
Really?
Yeah, over like 100,000 or 200,000 more. What does it mean to you to be a woman in sports or a woman in the male-dominated side of sports?
Wait, repeat that.
What does it mean to you to be a woman in sports or a woman in the male-dominated side of sports?
Can I talk about lacrosse specifically for this one? So for lacrosse, the women's sport versus the men's sport is super different. I don't really think they should be like even considered the same sport, and it's just very different when a guy compares the sport of women's lacrosse to their sport, because they ask all sort of like kind of judgy questions about like, oh, what can you even do? How can you even play it if like you can't play it this way? And just really showing how and coming out on top of those and just proving that like it's still a sport and you can still play it even if it's not the same rules as what a guy might be used to.
What are some negative or positive things that you've heard from parents, men, boys, or people in general about breaking stereotypical norms?
Just like, oh, that's a good one. Let me think. Well, one thing with like working out a lot, I mean, I think it's cool to have muscles and like look muscular, but like even from like parents, like I've heard people say like, oh, like why do you want to look muscular? Like, oh, you're gonna look like a man. Like you don't want to look that masculine or you don't want to look that manly. But, like why not? Like muscles are cool.
Yeah, on this question specifically, I wanted you guys to like get in gritty, and I kind of want someone to cry. And you guys are like the last two interviews that I'm doing.
If you're like,
Do whatever you feel like cry. I'll cry.
I just need like a snippet of you crying. And you're like talking about
I should talk about how my mom was. That's what I'm talking about. Like my mom said, like, I wouldn't want to look manly.
There wasn't gonna be time for that.
Yeah, I'm like, bro, I don't give a shit.
Max. Bleep it out.
I'll bleep that out. I'll keep it in, but I'll bleep it out. What's some of the best advice you've received since playing?
Best advice I received.
That you're the shit and you don't have to worry about anything because you're the best player and you're a ball hog. Oh my god.
Fuck you.
Real hog.
Yeah,
I've watched it.
I think you're doing great.
thanks.
I've watched it.
What are you talking about?
If we're
Win.
winning, be a hog.
Start crying. Let me cut an onion.
Trying to think of what he said to me yesterday.
You don't want to look manly, you said?
No, I do.
Oh.
What is it? Don't you close my legs? Sorry.
Started man spreading.
Yeah, 'cause my dick. I'm trying to think. What?
Remember when I did my interview? It was so.
It's so quick
I'm
and
trying to
sweet,
think,
and
okay,
Addie's like, fuck this. What the shit? What is happening?
It wasn't much I need to process.
What is some of the best advice you've received
Received.
since playing?
Be more like Caitlin.
That some best good advice from a captain standpoint is trying to connect with your teammate, and not everybody is going to respond to your advice in the same way, and you really have to think deeper about how people are going to react to what you say and how it's going to be beneficial for what you need to accomplish and to how to help them get through that, and delivering advice to them in a way that they're not going to take offense, get too emotional, and that just delivers the message but also will help them. Okay, message.
Those are so emotional.
What about advice like you've received? Not giving, but receiving.
Oh, yeah, that was the advice.
That you give to other
Oh,
people.
wait, something advice I want to give.
That you've given. That
I've
you've
given.
been given.
I've been given. Don't be a bitch.
I'm keeping that in.
No,
Okay.
you can't keep that in.
Have you ever experienced an injury or setback, and how did you overcome it?
Oh, a big setback when our coaches all got let off for a time period. It was so terrible. No, it was actually rough. We had to step up individually and really help the team come together and make practice plans and do lineups and everything like that. And it was tough to be a teammate, but also step up and kind of take that captain coach standpoint and just have everybody, of course, have their own opinions about everything and just really trying to get everybody's opinion on the same page.
Where do you see women in sports in 10 years from now? Just sports.
Buff. No, okay, I don't know what to say. In sports in 10 years. For lacrosse specifically, it is a growing sport, so I do think it's going to get a lot bigger. And I think, what am I supposed to say? In sports?
Yes.
What's going to happen with sports? They're still going to be here. Sports are still going to be a thing.
And
Honestly,
women, do they get more recognition? Like, are they going to be?
I mean, I hope they're going to get more recognitions, but realistically, men will still probably be judging, and women will still have to work 10 times harder to get the same recognition as a man in sports.
Now, what about in lacrosse?
Lacrosse is still going to be compared to men's all the time, and it won't get the equal representation because of the physical differences.
Cut it off right there. That was, leave it at that. Okay. Have you always dreamed of playing in college and furthering your athletics, and are you still pushing for that?
I am still pushing for that. I never really thought about like playing in college much until I did club, and probably around like sophomore, freshman year, I really decided that college would be something I would want to do, and I am pushing for that. I'm committed to Rider University in New Jersey, and I love my coach.
Next question. What is your intended major and what college?
Oh, shit. Well, sorry.
I'm cutting that out.
I'm going to Rider University, and I'm majoring.
Hold on. Start over.
I'm going to Rider University, and I'm majoring in biochemistry.
Side question, how long have you been playing lacrosse?
I've been playing lacrosse since 5th grade, so
7 years.
7 years.
What other clubs, teams, or extracurriculars are you currently involved in?
I play for Impact Lacrosse. It's a club. Wait, what was the question again?
Clubs, teams, or extracurriculars?
Extracurriculars. So like volunteering stuff? Okay. I play for Impact Lacrosse. It's the club I go to where I travel a lot. I mentioned that earlier.
Extracurriculars at the school.
At the school?
You can say nothing. Kate had nothing.
Yeah, I don't really do anything here.
I'm putting
Lacrosse, literally
that in. I
lacrosse.
don't really do
takes up
anything
some time.
here. Have you ever been put down or degraded because of playing in a predominantly male sport? No, because you're the shit. All right, we get it.
But that's
like,
not what I'm trying to say.
You didn't put you down right now.
Shut up. It depends on the situation or the area when you mean put down. I have gone to lifting like here at the high school, and like I've gone with the boys team because they're the only ones that show up sometimes. So it's just been me and the rest of the boys lacrosse team, and being compared to them, it's not the same kind, or they'll try and do a bunch more weight than me but incorrect form, so then it's very like they're trying to put me down.
Okay. How do you think it would be different if you were playing with all boys rather than all girls?
It would be hugely different. They're probably, well, for lacrosse specifically, if I was playing with all boys, it would probably be boys' rules, so it would be a completely different game, a lot more physical. Yeah.
What advice or guidance would you give to a young girl starting out in lacrosse?
Just have fun with it, honestly. Meet new people. If you are into it, do clubs so you get to travel and go to new places and just see where it takes you. Don't get too into it and like be determined that you need to go to this school, you need to do this, you need to do that. Just have fun with it and see where it takes you.